Excellent. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to really, this is a historic call tonight.
It is really.
For Nui Nation and everybody that's, everything is happening in the next couple of days and a couple of weeks. We have met extensively with leadership all week. I mean, we've had boardrooms full of leaders and last week and calls. And tonight we're going to go through an update first, Casey, of everything that's going on with Nui. And then we're going to give you some exciting news and probably what I think is going to be one of the best well-rounded opportunities. I think after tonight, you guys are going to see that Nui has fulfilled all of its promises as far as product offerings.
Yes.
Talked to Darren today as we're preparing this. And so after tonight, it's just go time. It's just getting busy, getting things done and keeping rocking and rolling. So, Casey, I'm turning it over to you.
You know what? Each week we do just a brief update. Usually it's 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on how much data. Tonight we're going to shorten it up, but it'll be a little bit longer because we're going to be introducing the new product. But of course, here we are tonight. I'll let you get rolling, Jim. I mean, this is it. This is the first.
This is it? This me?
Yeah. Well, no. Let's hit the button.
Let's hit the button.
This is blockchain.
Okay.
This is a big deal.
Now, I want to preface this. It's so funny because in every other product, like a shampoo, not like we need it, but you know what I'm saying, a skincare thing, you just get jacked and you hype it here. Here we got to slow it down because this is factual, okay? So I just want you to look at the screen right now. This is the first, historically, ever in the world blockchain for direct sales and network marketing. And what happened is CompChain, because of their relationship with Darren and Reed and the ownership of Nui, offered us exclusivity. Right. So before we show you this, I want to calm you a little, just kind of take a breath. This is not we thought of this product and let's launch it and get some more money. Not at all. This has been in the works for 17 months.
And it's the brainchild of Dave Childs. And the reason why was his dad, who's been involved in the networking marketing profession for over 30 years. And one of the challenges that Dave's actually been involved in the network marketing profession for over 20 plus years. And as a young boy, he was kind of got into technology and eventually started working for network marketing companies in their technical, in the back office, right? Yeah. And helping corporations run their network marketing companies. And Dave's dad was signing up in all these different MLMs. And the number right now, he says, his dad was involved in over 30 MLMs. 24 of them are out of business and only 6 are still around. And he says, and in the 6 he was in, his downline was either stolen or compensation wasn't paid, or there was breakage, or there was something that broke Dave's heart as he watched his dad pour his life into that industry. Mm-hmm. So this product that you're about to see called CompChain is a couple of very important things. Number one, it comes from a passionate space of someone who says, I see a problem in the industry. Now, just give you some statistics. Network marketing represents a $180 billion industry. So this is not a little tiny business, yearly business. There are 100 million people. So if you took all the people in Canada, all the people in Australia, and the state of California, that's how many people are involved in this. It's 100 million people. That does not necessarily include China. There are 5,000 net marketing companies out there. And there are in China alone, there are 5,000 network marketing companies in the rest of the world, right? So to give you an idea, there's a billion, 300 million in China, 250 million people in China are in network marketing. And that's how, when we sometimes think about this, it's like, how big is this? It's like, are you kidding me? This is beyond big. This is huge. So what we're going to share with you tonight is just a visionary, disruptive product that's we believe will change the world. And we're trying to remain calm. We want to be very factual. So I actually, Jim likes more pictures. I just put together one or two slides.
No pictures. It's like words.
I know.
I don't want words. I'll read a book. Here we go.
There we go. So Casey's going to read. So since Nui Social's motto is everything blockchain, then the first thing would be important to validate Nui Social's brand and message to move Nui Social's network to a functional blockchain. Because as you know, our motto is everything blockchain. The second thing is it's very important that you all understand that CompChain is its own company. It's separate from Nui. They're their own vendor. We're blessed to actually have the right to actually do this. They've given us a first mover advantage. I mean, that's really what it is. Yeah. So CompChain is a disruptive technology for the direct selling industry, not just Nui. Everybody who's ever been involved in every company in the United States, Canada, around the world, that's what this company's for. Nui Social is a marketing opportunity for Nui members to enter into the blockchain via CompChain. That's what this is, and you're going to have an opportunity.
So let's explain. So there's two phases of this. Okay, one phase is to become part of the blockchain.
Right.
It can't be done. We can't data dump it. You have to choose.
You have to choose.
It is just that's the law. Okay, and then the second thing is as a marketing product.
Right.
And it's another product in addition to the 3-year contracts, in addition to Server X and the different Premier. This becomes another marketing product that you can go out and earn in the blockchain space of NUI.
So then, of course, starting tomorrow, NUI Social will have an exclusive 15-day limited time opportunity to recruit NUI members and non-NUI members. This is really powerful. Non-NUI members to be in the world's first network marketing blockchain.
We got to explain this.
Yep.
What does that mean? Okay, so if you know me and I know Casey, let's say Casey's in Melaleuca or something, and I'm in Nui or whatever it is, okay? And he might be dissatisfied, and he has he's been in for a while, and he wants to own his network. Well, as a Nui member, I can tell him about CompChain. He can enroll in CompChain, have his entire organization they don't have to join NUI. It might be good to, and we'll show you the value of that, but he doesn't have to, and that's your spread. And we'll show you what the costs are, we'll show you what the compensation is, but it just opened up the world in neutrality for you to talk to anybody you know in direct sales and network marketing.
So what is blockchain? And of course, this is going to come in, this conversation is going to go on and on and on. So this is where NUI education comes in, the platform comes in, and I have to tell you, I'm so grateful for the team here.
Kinsey.
They built this thing. I mean, the training in the back office is just insane. Here you've got a picture. It's straight up in the back office. What is blockchain? Number one, history of blockchain, purpose of blockchain, benefits of blockchain, defining blockchain, how blockchain makes your life easier. There's over 40 training courses. There's all this stuff in the back. If you have not taken the time to go into this back office and study these things, do that tonight so that you can actually be educated tomorrow. Yeah. Because there are a lot of people.
I'm going to tell a funny story. So we're sitting here, we got to put a little blockchain on here, right? And we're like, we just go in the back office, and Kinsey and her staff and all the guys. I mean, just brilliant.
I'm writing all this stuff down, and Jim's like, wow, you got 5 pages, all this data. And I was going to read it all to you tonight.
Or just go here. Yeah. And it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah, why don't we go do that? So okay. Anyways, you live as you learn. So CompChain's offers, so here's what the offer is from CompChain. CompChain offers the service of documenting your personal and your professional information in a blockchain. That's what the service offer is, right? That's why there's a fee. Once your information is stored on the CompChain, it begins a master tracking record that can't be deleted or altered, protecting the history of all of your transactions. So everyone who ever signed up with you, everything ever had. For example, transactions like personal recruiting, product sales, commissions, everything's accurately linked to you for life in the blockchain. And
it's your, no guys, seriously. And we know we're talking to friends now. We're not selling, we're not pitching, we're just giving you facts. I've been in this industry 37 years now. Hundreds of thousands of people have joined my network teams, either owning them or if I had a node with all those people that I just had to press a button and we could take that and nobody could take that away from me. What is the value of that right now, Case? It's unbelievable.
I'm a $30 million earner. I've number one in Canada for 20 plus years, 250,000 people, 22 countries around the world. That's what I documented. That's not the people who came and went and left and all the affiliates and all the other things, all the companies I've trained harder with. I can't even tell you what that'd be worth. And when I was 25 starting in the industry, I wish a product like this existed. Because we didn't know this didn't exist. And for all of those that are coming to the industry of networking, this is beyond disruptive. This is the game changer of game changers. So once you've begun assembling your team, you're tracking all your transactions in CompChain, you can purchase a piece of hardware, which Jim will talk about here shortly, called a node, and they'll give you control and ownership over your CompChain organization. That's why when we say we can take it with us, we can actually physically grab the piece of hardware and go to a company and say, plug in that API and let's let this thing roll. So as you invite other associates to join you in CompChain, you're actually protecting yourself and you're protecting them as they build their business into the future. So here's the biggest piece. Someone says, so what's the value of this? Well, you can sell your CompChain block once it's built as an asset. For the first time, this is truly an asset. Your relationship capital, your network capital, the relationships and people and product flow, and you can actually quantify it, qualify it, multiply it, and sell it. Right? Because every business has a multiple.
Right.
So I don't know if you can understand what we're sharing tonight. This is this is where it moves from going kind of hokey pokey network marketing to like, this is full on B2B asset class.
So think about it. Think about it. If you owned 250,000 stores in a franchise, and it was right there because a member distributes a store.
That's right.
It's a store that has value for uses for purchases and retailing.
They're prosumer.
Prosumer, right. And Casey actually wrote a book on prosumerism. But we were sitting there the other day, Casey, and I was listening to Darren tell the leadership what he's doing. How much courage you have to have as an owner to tell you guys. People say, well, it's another thing. We're going to do this. And you hear a lot of just average thinking that we'll help you with, And he said, listen, guys, I appreciate what you've done in NUI. Here's your team. You don't have to be exclusive to NUI if you don't want to. We have to perform at a high level to earn your loyalty, to earn your respect, to earn everything. But you own what you built. First one ever. Oh, yeah. History making.
And Darren and the team here, that's who they're being.
Yeah.
It's not just what they're doing. It's they believe in free enterprise. One of the reasons why Jim and I ended up in consulting instead of actually building networks at the end of our career is because fundamentally we understood that there's no such thing as free enterprise in network marketing. It's controlled enterprise.
Right.
And for the first time, the people will be handed back the opportunity to be in free enterprise where they control their network. So God bless you. That's exciting for me. That's really one of the big driving things. So let's get into it. And Jim, just share a little bit.
So I'm going to go through this. And my job now is to explain in cartoon characters, because I don't have words, what you're doing. Now, first of all, I want to make certain nothing's changed with NUI. Line of sponsorship, Tree, TBS, everything's the same. We're getting ready to launch some new products into NUI. We're getting ready to combine something. So NUI is rocking. The opportunity for blockchain to come in was one that you just had to say, you either don't take it or take it, and you had to take it. So
and CompChain was on their own time schedule, not on ours. Right. So when people say, well, why are you doing this? The timing's late. It's like, well, actually, we said, you've got this small window. If you like the product, it's you.
All right, let's be real. Yeah. What they said is there's 3 other companies getting ready to get in, and do you want to be on the jump?
Do you want to be in the back?
Like Darren said, you want to be on the jump, or do you want to be on the caboose? And Darren, he does not waste a minute. He does not stop moving. And this is one of those times it's brilliant. So everything in NUI and Mintage is the same. We're going to start offering stuff into the NUI program, and core is going to be there, the $15, $30, everything's the same, okay? So nothing has changed in that respect. But with CompChain, we have an exclusive offer for 15 days that in NUI will market the message. We'll message it, we'll market it, and we'll manage our transition, because we're not CompChain, we're blockchain. All right, so we are blockchain. CompChain is a different company, but during the transition, NUI will do everything. And then CompChain will have a CompChain management marketing team after our trial time to say, okay, now they'll go, and then they'll open it to the world. Now, CompChain is already active, but there's a code that has to be released before it can be loaded. It's active, it's working, but it hasn't been loaded because we're the first one.
Well, Darren's got the code.
Oh, stop. See?
I know.
Now everybody's going to call Darren. Darren's number is 801. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So here's the 3 phases, guys. And look at something when I do this. I want you to stop, just clear your mind. Casey and I are you. We're also, we've owned companies, we've done a lot of things, but we think like a member. We think an affiliate. We think, okay, how do you do this? Okay. So when you look at this, we broke it down into 3 phases. And the first phase is membership, okay? NUI has the exclusive on the membership. Now there's a cost to CompChain to enroll members into blockchain because there's a lot of expenses. What we decided is we could either make this just a transition for NUI or make it a marketing product for NUI that they can earn. Just in the same way, you have a lot of people that want the $15 payments and the $30 and up and down and doing all that. This is one of those products that with a little bit of training in the back office, you can market. So we price the enrollment if you take all the costs in it at $100. Now that $100 is not, I would tell you what that is. Phase 2 is once you have a membership, then you have ownership, and that's where I think I said something wrong, but that's where the nodes come in. You can be a member of a club, or you can own the club. So the nodes means you own it. Membership means you see your dashboard, you can access, you can do things, you can enroll people. Nodes give you a whole different ownership. And then phase 3 is wealth creation. And basically what happens there is that wealth creation is eventually when that blockchain is built, then you have outlets for any manufacturer, any product service. And what's going to happen is there are going to be product providers come to the management and to the management marketing team, and they will vet them to see if they want to allow them in the blockchain. That's not now. All we have right now is membership, and that's all we have right now.
All we have is membership until the actual block goes live.
And then we have nodes.
And then we'll offer up.
Okay. So how does this work? So basically, your job is, number one, to get your block. Number two is now to transition your people into the block, into CompChain. Do they have to all do it? No, nothing changes on this side.
Yeah, Nui remains
the same.
In its legacy. It's always there. It'll always continue to be there. We're offering people that chance to get ownership of their Nui team in the block. That's what we're offering.
That's what we're offering. And it is going to be absolutely, the next 15 days is going to be exciting. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be a zoo. It's going to be a shark fest. It's going to be everything you've ever imagined. And then it's what it is. It's better than watching reruns on the TV. So what has to happen is to transition right now. This is our exclusivity. Is we're going to transition members only in positioning. Nothing happens to the Nui side, but if people in your team choose to become on the blockchain, here's what they have to do. Number one, they have to register. Number two, they have to pay. Number three, we have to verify their identity. Yeah. And that's called KYC. I always say KFC, but it's KYC, know your client. I'm just eating some chicken. But anyway, so I hope that understands. So what does that mean? So to register, there is a site that we're going to give you to go to because it is going to be live tomorrow. Okay. Now remember, we're not putting it into the blockchain. There's what we're doing is we have a space that we're doing data. We're gathering data to do all the verifying and the registration and the paying, vetting of line of sponsorship. But let me tell you this, okay? We cannot 100% control it. We cannot, because blockchain is blockchain. We can more enforce correct behavior than we can do it on the front side, because this is blockchain, and we're going to show you. We're going to do everything you can, but this is the enrollment. When you register, you go to the site, you put your validation code in, your invitation code, which is
coming in an email.
It's coming in an email. You put that in, your name, your address, your email address, your phone number. You select your country, and then you put that. And then what that is then CompChain puts in a holding pen for us for 15 days. Right. And then we try to do everything we can to make sure everything's proper. We're the beta test. After the 15 days, it goes into the live blockchain as the first ever, and we should celebrate when that first block goes in, Casey. Okay, and then it's over. And then there's nothing.
That change starts keep going
right
every 3 minutes for the rest of our lives.
So how do you pay? Now, so this is going everywhere around the world. This is going to Japan. This is going to South America. This is going to Kentucky. This is going everywhere. Okay, no offense to Kentucky people. All right, but the thing is, so the universal currency is Bitcoin. So it's impossible to do every country in Visa, MasterCard. It's impossible to do ACH in every country. The transition is in Bitcoin, and it's such a small amount. If you don't have it, we'll show you how to get it. That's a very small amount.
Yeah, and just Reed asked me to mention to everybody that the site that we're recommending is Changely. So Changely.com, some of the major credit cards are not being accepted, but all debit cards are accepted. So $100 of U.S. funds on debit card, you'll be able to purchase Bitcoin from them.
How do you spell that, Case?
Changely is CHANG.
But it's Changely. Yeah, we'll make sure that it goes in. Okay, yeah. So you need $100 worth of Bitcoin, then you register. Okay, right. And membership. After your membership, you're going to have to verify either with a Doc McLovin's, or I don't know if everybody remembers that movie, your ID, your driver's license, or a passport in the country you're at. On the other side, they need a utility bill. And the utility bill, like someone says, they're going to know I was late. They don't care if you were late. They just care if your address is up there and your address and your identity matches what you put in on your thing. And that's it. That's really it, okay?
So this is known as KYC. They need 2 forms of ID, government ID, picture, obviously, and then they need a cooperating address.
Right. And then you'll have all those instructions. When you enroll, you'll get an email with all the instructions on this. Now, Phase 1 membership is pre-registration for 15 days. And I apologize to the leadership because we had thrown around 45 days, 30 days, 50 days, 20 days. And because of two things. Number one, because of the speed, we want to get this live. And number two, we don't want to wait commissions forever. We don't want to wait 60 days for pay. So we figured we have a smaller block of time for NUI to pre-register, and it's going to go fast.
Well, Dave came back, Dave Childs, who obviously owns blockchain, came back and said, here's the situation, is that if you guys just want exclusivity, we've got you on the first 15 days, which everyone's promised. But he says, I can't hold back the lions after that 15 days, he says, because the clients are flooding in. He says, you guys go organize your network. I've granted that's a 15 days. So really from a NUI side, we were always kind of promised 15 days and 30 days to be the only ones. Right. So non-NUI members, remember?
Right.
But now it's like non-NUI members are going to start flooding in like on that 16th day, and the block goes live and everything happens. And the reason for this is because at a lot of levels, it's just time to go.
Yeah.
Like it's just time to get.
It's not really fair to Dave to hold it that much longer.
And so that's where we're at. And this is for everybody. The whole world will go on the block. And
it doesn't mean that you only have 15 days to enroll your team. You got forever after that.
Yeah, it just that the block goes live, everything goes live, and it runs, and that's what's going on.
So as a member, you'll be able to see registrations. You'll be able to see who they are. You'll be able to see all that.
Even in the preface.
In the preface.
Yeah, you're going to get a UI user interface that will pop up, and you actually can go in once you get yourself your email verified and you start to make your payment. The UI dashboard will pop up.
Those 15 days, personal email. This is how the process goes. You personal info, your email verification. They'll send you an email with the payment instructions for Bitcoin, where to put it, where the wallet is. And then you get a referral code. And this is very interesting because it was me. I wouldn't do a referral code at the very end. Right. But what they're doing is that they don't want to alter the ability to build your blockchain. So after you pay with Bitcoin, you get a referral code. That referral code allows you to send it to your personal sponsor and somebody that you don't know. We're going to talk about code of honor. We're going to talk about ethics. We're going to talk about what enforcement we're going to do in this, because we can manage it a little bit. We just can't manage everything. It's just too big, and you can't expect NUI
to police the blockchain.
No, we can't.
What we can do is we can
enforce our rules and regulations.
Exactly. Terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions. Okay. So after you get the referral code, you send it out, and they accept it. Then they're linked to you, and then you go through. You want to push the button?
No, I was just pointing out.
Okay. So and there's
KYC.
There's the KYC, which is know your customer. That's when you provide all the documents, approval, and then watch this. Commissions won't be, but you'll be in the block, but commissions cannot be paid until the KYC is approved. So that gives a lot of incentive to say, I got to get my passport, my license, and 2 forms of bills, or utility bills in, right? And then that fee is $100 for membership. That's what we're marketing right now, okay? Now, this is a purchase of buying a block on the blockchain, not securing your spot in a network marketing company. This is not buying a spot. This is purchasing a block of information, a technology, of software that you buy.
That's correct.
So people say, well, isn't this like, isn't it nothing? No, it's everything. You own that block. It's a software piece.
So you're paying for the service of your data being installed on the CompChain block. That's what you're paying $100 for. And that's distributed out through commissions and KYC expenses and all the different things. But the bottom line is you're purchasing a service.
Right. And by the way, everybody's asked, is this recorded? Of course it is. We wear our good shirts. Yeah. All right. So anyway, you'll have this up. Okay. Now, phase 2 is ownership. Yeah. Now, originally when CompChain came up, and ownership is after the 30-day, after it is done, is we re-registered within 30 days, we're going to offer nodes. Now, nodes means you have ownership of the membership, okay? You have ownership of the team. So here's the thing. What the price of nodes is this. If you wanted to buy a node straight up, retail, right off the bat, without having any members, it's going to cost you $1,500 to get the node. Does it make sense to have a node without any members?
A node is a piece of hardware. So as you know, you've purchased the service of being installed on the blockchain as a software service. Now the block will start to fill in. You'll be able to go on your dashboard and you'll be able to see the data coming down. However, a node actually holds the original block code in it. So it's a piece of hardware with computer chips in it, and it's a processor, and you plug it in a wall, hook it up to the internet. It's a microcomputer is what it is. These nodes are critical to the decentralization of the network. So the most number of nodes is critical. In order for you to have ownership of it, you can literally unplug it and take it somewhere. You say, here's my node, plug it in, and unlock the interface, and they can see, oh, this is Jim's network through the CompChain. So that's why you need to have this in the future. But we only recommend if you've actually got a network.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to.
So what we did in kind of looking at this from our eyes, from a consultant's eyes and professional and ownership, we said, what if we offer memberships first and not sell nodes? So the price tag is not $1,500. Or if you have, put 10 in the pen or 10 personals, when you get 10 enrollees, the node price goes down to $1,200. Okay. Now, so right now you've got membership for $100. Nodes, let's just say average of 1,200. Okay, so you have 1,200. That's all we're selling. That's all you have. That's nothing else. There's no other products. There's nothing else. There's no product provider. And that's the opportunity to first in. Okay. And then, so what happens then in phase 3 is what we call wealth creation. It could be called opportunity. And what happens there is then product providers start putting their applications in. Now, these are not secure. I just pull these off the internet. Let's say a Vivint came and said, we want to offer your blockchain an opportunity to sell our product. They'll offer a product, we'll vet it, or the company will vet it. It could be eyeballs and eyelashes. It could be Red Bull, whatever it is. Then what we'll do is validate it, see if it's a valid product, offer it into the blockchain. And instead of doing a marketing blitz, all you have to do is say yes or no. And it goes down, and you either accept an offer or don't accept an offer. So you could have multiple streams of income within your blockchain.
Let's just take a moment there and talk about it. I know you have one more button, which is training.
Yep.
And let me just say this to you, is that when we first heard about CompChain, I was struggling to understand, well, what do you mean? Like, I'm in a block and there are people below me and people above me. What's going to happen is product providers are going to come along and say, we have a product to offer, we have a compensation plan, and if someone would like to have access to our products and would like to receive a commission by allowing that product to flow through the chain, then we'd be willing to pay them. So let's say Jim says he gets an offer and it comes down through CompChain, and he gets an offer for training for maybe some sort of energy drink, maybe a cosmetic of some sort, or a home-based technology. He can go, yeah, I accept all forms of cash. And he toggles yes, 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 and yes. Then that data flows through his network, down through his CompChain. I happen to be on Jim's front line. I get that, and I go, oh, those are good. Yeah, I'm into home technology and cosmetics and Red Bull, but I own my own training company. I'm not interested. And I shut that off. Well, I don't get paid any compensation because I blocked training. I blocked training because I own my own training company. So I'm like, I'm not interested in training offers. But then my mentor would probably come along and say, Casey, and smack me in the back of the head and go, what's wrong with you? Don't you accept all forms of cash? Yeah. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's right. If I toggle that training on, maybe there are people who don't want my training, but they'll buy training through my CompChain. Oh, and I get paid. Oh, so for example, if a product ever gets put down into the CompChain, that maybe moralistically, maybe you're not interested in a cannabis product or
other forms of entertainment.
Or maybe we don't even know what the future of CompChain product offers are. Let's say it's just not in your wheelhouse. It's not, you have an ethical issue with it. You can just click it off and no one in your network sees it. Right. Then that's what's beautiful about this. And so again, this is about you controlling and having control of your business. And I think
think of the brilliance, think of the courage of Darren saying, as the owner of Nui, saying, you know what, we're so confident in our product offering in Nui that we think the customer base is going to come into server X and everything. But we're not so insecure that we're not going to allow other offers to come in because of blockchain. It's huge. It's history making. Okay. So here's the commissions. Now, how do the commissions work? It's real simple. So 10 in the pen, or we're going to call this a personal or frontlines, because this is not a TBS. It doesn't autofill. No. It's a block. It's a computer. It goes, it doesn't, there's no creativity.
Who did you personally enroll?
It's all about personal enrollment. So the commissions on the 10 in the pen is 20% or $20 for each one you personally enroll out of the $100. Okay. Now, your ROI is back in 5 personals that you enroll 5 personals either in your Nui organization or anybody, because it's all open right now, okay? Each person unlocks a level up to 10 levels. So what we did, I get this real quick. If you're a Nui member that goes into CompChain, you qualify for not only the $20, but we inserted the 10 levels into this, but not in a TBS, in a unilevel, okay? So 10 levels, 10 personals, just like Nui, unlocks 10 levels, okay? But here's what we did. Here's what Darren and everybody was just so adamant about. This is not, we're not trying to take people out of Nui and put them into blockchain without any, there's people in Nui who don't want to get in blockchain. They don't want to do it. I don't understand why, but they don't want to do it. They're just like, I don't like computers or, so $5 of the personal memberships of the $100 goes into Nui Social. and goes in, it's like
in the legacy,
in the legacy,
original business.
Yeah. So let's say I sponsored Casey. Casey went to CompChain. I didn't. I don't get the $20, but I do get $2.50 coming to me plus $2.50 up the chain.
Which, of course, as you guys know, is a 10 in the pen autofill.
So, and it was like, so this is like, if you want to get in CompChain, you can do it. If you don't worry about it. You're still part of that. You're a smaller part of that compensation, but you still are
You're still in the NUI nation. You're still a part of NUI. NUI, nothing changes in NUI. Like we said at the beginning, and we'll say at the end, nothing's changed for NUI.
Nothing.
It's just a product offer.
Now it's added, even if you're non-active in the CompChain, you have another source of income, right? Exactly. Okay. Non-NUI members will receive $20 only. So if you have somebody that's a non-NUI member that doesn't want to join NUI, and you register them on your blockchain, then, and they register somebody, they'll get $20. They don't get the other parts, which we're just going to say. Now, they can become, now listen to this very carefully, they do not have to, but they can become a NUI member and participate in the rest of the compensation I'm getting ready to show you, just become a free member.
A free member of NUI.
So if they're going to get a CompChain, you said, do you want to get paid in addition to $20? And then on the nodes, then here's what you can do. Be a free member. And you get, some people don't want anything to do with that.
Yep. Sometimes some people have an emotional conflict. If they're involved with another company, they're like, just can't be involved with another brand. That's cool. Yep. Then they can be a non-member in your network.
Right.
Which is
so everybody's covered on this, guys. Everybody's covered. Commissions on personal nodes. So if someone buys the $1,500 node because they don't have anybody in their team yet, or they buy the $1,200 or reduced cost, same node, reduced cost, because they have 10 personals, then your commission, 10 in the pen, front lines 10% on each node, or $150 and $120, okay? So let's go through this real quick and kind of compare, right? Okay, so right now we have 10 in the pen, we have a team building server, TBS. So now this is going to be referred to in CompChain, same in NUI. NUI doesn't change. This is exactly what NUI does. We're still going to rock and roll with this, okay? So instead of, it's going to be 20% for memberships, personal memberships of $100 or $20. So it doesn't, the nodes aren't 20%, the nodes are 10%. So we're offering the 20% on the membership $100 fee only. Nodes of $1,500 or $1,200 will be $150 or $120. Now, if you're a NUI member, or if you're getting into your business in CompChain and want to be a NUI member and sign up for a free membership, don't have to, then you not only get the $20, you get the nodes, you get the frontline sales on nodes or commissions on nodes, and then it goes to what that you know as the TBS now is the unilevel. Now what happens, that $100 membership and that $1,500 or $1,200 node actually gets inserted into the 10 levels and gets paid 2% all the way up the tree. Right? Yeah. And that's it. It really is. It's simple. NUI members get that. Non-NUI members don't get that. They only get $20, but if they become a free member, they get that also. Because now think of it, guys, we're just selling blockchain right now. We're just selling CompChain in a service. That's it. No products is offered. We're jacking it in Server X. We got a list of people getting ready to go into round 2 of Server X, and the mining, the contracts, all that is still available in NUI. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to show you this. I hate it because it's kind of goofy, and it's kind of, it's Casey definitely hates it because he doesn't like parallelograms or trapezoids or whatever that thing is, but I just want to show you the difference, okay? So what's the difference in a blockchain versus a TBS? It's real simple. It's called a unilevel. And I'm just going to show you one second. So everything in this is about personal. It's like when we were in other businesses, our goal was to go 50 or 100 wide, like have 100 personals, okay? So basically, here's what happens. Now, if you go, let's say in the TBS, you had 3 on your front line.
Because the way the autofill is 3 by 10 matrix.
3 by 10 matrix. In the unilevel, you can actually have as many. I'm just going to show you 10. Okay. So with 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, it's a math equation, but it's limited. It has sidewalls and it's limited. With a unilevel, it's different because the more personals you have, the more potential. I should show 10 by 10 by 10 by 10, but you would never believe the numbers. All right. Let me just multiply this 3 over on the TBS and the 10 on the unilevel. Say, so 3 times 3 is 9 on the TBS, 10 times 3 is 30. Just multiply. 27, 90. 81, 270. So you have a faster multiplier in a unilevel. It's a lot more work than a TBS. I'm not gonna lie, because you're gonna have to go to work. You're gonna get busy. This is not a freebie. This is not a million in the pen. This is go to work in the pen, okay? So you go 60, 65, 61, 21. But by the time you get down to the 10th level, in the TBS, you're going to have 88,000, potentially 88,000. No, not potentially, exactly. Okay. So, and if you do the same math in the unit level, you'll have 295,000 people plus. If it goes with compression, if you get more levels, which you're going to do because you qualify with 10 and a pen, on the TBS, one more level is 177,000 more people, or 265,000. Look at the difference here. One more level of a unilevel, 10 times 3, is a total of 885,000. Now, this is not promising you a commission. I'm not guaranteeing you anything. But if we consistently pay you out 2% on the $100 in the tree, in the unilevel, then the numbers for memberships are really simple. That if you just stopped at 10, the commissions at the 2% level on the $100 case is $590,000 plus. If it goes one level deeper, it's $1.7 million just on the 2% without any product offerings or anything else. That's all I'm going to do. I can take it so many other places, but just know the difference. Pre-registration cases.
So here we are. Tonight.
That's it.
15-day exclusive.
NUI and non-NUI members.
Yep. And it really begins tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Yep. So you'll be receiving an email. So That's what they need to be looking for. You want to be watching for that, and that'll begin frenzy.
Now, we had this stretched out to almost 60 to probably 70 days before the first commissions are paid out because we're trying to get 45 days to do our transition. This is not going to happen. So it's not going to happen. So commissions, all the first commissions will be paid out on October the 19th. That's everything. That's if someone buys nodes, and because nodes will be available by that time, okay? Or the $20 and everything would be paid there. Then after that, they will be paid every following Friday. Now, let me tell you something about technology, okay? We're talking to Dave today, and there is a very high potential of, in this system, every time someone registers as a member, that $20 is paid out immediately. Right. So it's immediate. It goes.
The block is actually up
and running. So that means if there was 10 people or whatever, or every time someone enrolled in your block as a personal, you get a check or you get money in Bitcoin.
Yeah, you get your Bitcoin compensation.
So here you go. Now, this is the hard part for me, guys, okay? And listen, I'm talking to you as a leader now and as a friend. I'm not talking to you as anything else other than that, all right? We cannot guarantee that everybody's going to fit in the same spaces and do the same. Can't do it. It's just, number one, it's illegal to do. We can't do that as a company or as representative. Number two, we can't do it because just because you sponsor someone doesn't mean you own that person. It's ultimately up to the person who's enrolling, where they want to go. Yeah. Okay. And
the customer always has the choice.
I have the choice. Always. If I got in something and I didn't want Casey as a sponsor, and I would never know why I wouldn't, but if I didn't, I have the choice as a member. We are going to honor everything legally and legitimately about the transition into blockchain. Okay. But I want for NUI, not for anybody else, for NUI. But I want to show you this right here. Cross-sponsoring another member's team member and build structure. The only thing we can do, we can monitor the best we can, but the only thing we do is count on two things. Number one, your integrity, your character. Number two, enforce our laws or enforce our compliance issues. Cross-recruiting violations will be enforced, and the enforcement is a warning, then termination from NUI. Now, this is a heavy, guys. I don't want to say this is light. I don't want to say this is, but that's all we can do. And we're built with integrity. We're built with character. Now, we'll very, very, very distinctly, what is cross-recruiting? That is me going to Casey as an upline. He's not in my business, and wanting to come and trying to get him to come away from, let's say, a John or a Juan or somebody and come with me. That's illegal. That's cross-recruiting. It is not illegal for Casey to approach me. So if Casey approaches me and it validates to the person, that's not illegal. There's nothing legally that's going to bind Casey to me to do anything other than his free will. So I'm not saying that as a scapegoat. I'm not saying that to give latitude. I'm just saying that that's what the laws are. We will enforce everything in real time, cross-recruiting, and we will manage it. It is going to be a show, guys. The next couple of weeks is going to be a show. Work with us. Look, we're here because we've been here for a long time. We're here. We've been in the industry a lot. I've been through a lot of these transitions, guys. Nothing like blockchain. I've been through a lot of transitions, and I know Darren, and I know Reed, and I know all the staff here. I know everybody here, and Casey and I are going about this with utmost integrity, utmost leadership, and utmost transparency. Go ahead, Casey. Oh.
So so we're sitting in a very, very special place, in a very, very special time. It's the very first product for NUI, and that is blockchain. And the future of NUI is everything blockchain. And I just hope that I realize that we can see some of the questions coming in. Are you recording this? Yes, we're recording it, and it'll be made up available, and we'll do our very, very best to get up for you. So
let's take a couple.
Let's just do this really quickly. If during presentation tonight you're like, what is blockchain? Please do not forget, don't get confused about CompChain. CompChain is the name of the company that's executing this service. If you need to understand the technology, please go in the back office, study the videos, study the articles, the infographics, all the stuff that's going on. Get yourself up to date to now and say, okay, that's how that works. That's why this is valuable. I can't tell you how powerful blockchain is across the world. I mean, in every vertical, every industry in the world will be affected by blockchain. So, and everything else, your number one resource for NUI is always the blogs. It's always the information. Go to the blogs, go to the website, check the back office, stay in touch. And again, don't necessarily attack customer service. I can tell you right now, they're already slammed. We haven't even started yet.
The first, when you send an email to customer service like blockchain, they're going to ask you, what videos did you watch?
As they should.
As they should.
Yeah, don't hammer them with stuff that's resources that are available that you can go through yourself. If you're having other challenges, whatever that happens to be, of course, reach out to them. But the blog itself is the number one resource and great space for you to just keep your organization. And again, this is a great way also to say, hey, listen, don't keep repeating yourself. Just keep sending the information out. That's called the power of duplication. So we just want to share that with you. It's a very special night. We don't want to hype it. We realize that we've got a lot of work ahead of us coming up to get hold of that code, to share it out with the family and friends that we love and want to have a part of our blockchain. And of course, this is obviously where we're going. And of course, we're down to the NUI Nation here. I know, Jim, you want me to grab that.
So what I'm going to say this as I sign off on this one is that play hard, play fair, play with integrity, and we're all going to win. Casey, if you want to wrap it up.
I'm in Jim's. We wish you all the success that you're willing to work for, because this is a magical time. So. Blessings. Have a wonderful night, and I guess we will be back next week. And again, look for that email tomorrow, because it's going to be important.
God bless, guys.
Take care.